Welcome to the Resilient Retail Game Plan, a podcast for anyone wanting to start, grow, or scale a profitable creative product business with me, Catherine Eardley. The Resilient Retail Game Plan is a podcast dedicated to one thing, breaking down the concepts and tools that I've gathered from 20 years in the retail industry and showing you how you can use them in your business. This is the real nuts and bolts of running a successful product business, broken down in an easy, accessible way. This is not a podcast about learning how to make your business look good. It's the tools and techniques that will make you and your business feel good. Confidently plan, launch, and manage your products, and feel in control of your sales numbers and cash flow to help you build a resilient retail business. Welcome to the Resilient Retail Game Plan. I'm your host, Catherine Eardley, as well as the founder of the Resilient Retail Club, which is my membership group and consultancy for product-based businesses. You can find out more at resilientretailclub.com. And if you join the Resilient Retail Club before the 18th of June, you can get your first month for half price, and you'll be in time to join our brand new, very exciting 30-day sales challenge. I'm so excited about this. This is the first time that we've done anything like this in the Resilient Retail Club. It's exclusively for members, but as I said, you can get in for just half price for your first month, which is just £19 instead of the usual £38. And that means for £19, you can get access to the sales challenge. It's 30 days. We are going to have daily audio prompts. There's a private members podcast. So if you enjoy a podcast, you'll love this. We're going to have prompts every day with tasks and ideas to help you with your sales. There'll also be goal setting and accountability. I've got a couple of absolutely phenomenal special guests coming along to do talks, which I can't wait to tell you about once that's all confirmed. And we will also be having group co-working sessions, which I'm really excited about as well. So if you've wanted to spend some time focusing on your sales and really get a last boost of sales in before the summer holidays kicks in, then come along, go to resilientretailclub.com/membership. If you click on the join membership button, you will be able to see it's already loaded into the cart, 50% off your first month. So for just £19, you get access to the 30-day sales challenge. And I would love to see you there. Today's episode is just a quick one. I am developing a new series of what I like to call 10-minute tips. Don't worry, not every episode will be 10 minutes long, but this is just a quick fire one to get your brains going. And what I wanted to talk to you about today was about a couple of tips in terms of how do you actually create a product that your customer wants. So you've probably heard me say the phrase before that the best sales strategy is a great product strategy, and I completely stand by that. So in other words, if you want to sell well, then having a product that your customer wants is absolutely crucial as part of that. Everything that you do as a business owner works better when your customer is really excited about your product. They tend to tell more people about it. They tend to come back and buy more frequently. They tend to convert at a better rate when they come to a website, and then word of mouth and recommendations helps spread the word and helps you get your business in front of more eyes. So whenever you're feeling stuck, I always suggest bring it back to the customer. Do you believe that your product is desirable enough for your customer? Are you sure that you've updated it? Is it fresh enough? Is it new enough? Are you 100% convinced that it is ready for your customer? It's the best it can be for attracting your customer. And in case you're thinking, well, that sounds a bit harsh, this is something that big businesses do all the time. They are constantly looking at the next thing, the next big thing. They're constantly trialing. There's an endless, never-ending stream of trialing, testing, having a go at figuring out what it is that the customer wants, because it's easy to sit in here and debate it in the privacy of your own office or studio or facility, wherever you are. But the best way to figure it out is to get out there and test it. So point number one, tips on creating a product your customer wants to buy. Number one, talk to them. When was the last time you had a conversation with your customer? When you are out at a market, if you do in-person events, or whether you're talking to people on social media, actually talk to them. Understand, who are your customers? Who are your best customers? Go have a look in your data and figure out who your best customers are and have a conversation with them. You could offer them a coffee and a cake or whatever it is, or a voucher if they're happy to take part in a phone call. But it's really hard to get a sense of what your customer wants, or it's really hard to get inspiration without understanding exactly who they are, because it can often be a game changer to really understand what they're going through right now, not just in general, but what are they thinking about right now? What do they need? What do they want? And focusing in on your best customers and really trying to give them what they want is a great direction to go in when it comes to creating products that will sell. Because ultimately, if they're your best customers and you create things that they want, then that should have a trickle down effect on everybody else who comes, and maybe you'll attract even more of those great loyal customers. The kind that don't return stuff all the time, that don't mess you around, that don't leave bad reviews. They are the dream customers and you want more of them. My second tip is when you talk to them, yes, understand who they are, yes, understand what they want, but actually ask them what they don't want. And that might sound counterintuitive, but sometimes people find it really hard to articulate exactly what it is that they do want in a product, but they are often very clear about the things that frustrate them. So let's say, for example, you're talking to parents about baby clothes, and you could start off by saying, well, what don't you want? And then they might say, well, I definitely don't want them to run in the wash. I don't want them to get holes in them super easily. I don't want them to have buttons that are hard to navigate or that scratch my child. I don't want them to sag after a few washes. I want them to be cut in such a way that they can go on over cloth nappies, for example. So there may be lots of different things, or I should say, I don't want them to not work with cloth nappies. So when you find it hard to get your customer to articulate what they do want, take a moment to get them to articulate what they don't. And then from that, you can then start constructing some ideas about your ideal products. So the ideal products for your ideal customers, and also how to articulate that they are the ideal products for them in your marketing. So for example, going back to the baby wear, you might then choose fabrics that have been tested and that will not run or are very unlikely to run or have long-lasting color. You may choose fabrics that are durable. You may have the clothes cut differently in order to accommodate cloth nappies. You may pay special attention to the snaps and fastenings to make sure that they are completely covered and not going to scratch anybody, and that they're easy for the parents to use as well. So once you start building up a picture of what they don't want, you can then quickly start building up a picture of what they do, and it helps give you some direction. The third way to create a product that customers want is to focus on the transformation. So there is this idea that nobody wants a 3/4 drill bit, they want a 3/4 hole. Or in fact, this is a famous saying from a marketing guru, what people really want, they don't even really want the hole, they want whatever that hole represents. In other words, they want to put up shelves, they want to put a hook that they can hang their coat on. So that transformation is that their house goes from messy to tidy. So when you are thinking about your products, what is it that they want? What is the transformation? Do they want to feel dressed up, pulled together if you're selling accessories, clothing, jewelry? Do they want to be cool in the summer heat, but also still stylish? Do they want to have all of their belongings neatly in a bag that they can easily access and not have to rummage around and find things, and also know that their items and valuables are safe if you're selling a bag, for example? So very much think about, what is that transformation? What is it that your customer wants from you? And what does they want from their products? And then you can, again, start thinking about, do your products fulfill? Do they help with this transformation? If you're not really sure about that, then I definitely recommend having a look at other products in your niche and how do they describe it? How do people talk about those products? If they, for example, if you have another big brand that has a lot of user-generated content, that is photos and videos of customers using and sharing the products, go and have a look and see what those customers are talking about. What is it that's important to them? Skincare is a great example, is just realizing that people have lots of different reasons that they might have skincare. But for example, it could be to treat eczema, it could be to treat skin that's very prone to flaring up. All of these things are really important in understanding what motivates your customer and what persuades them to buy, because we definitely make buying decisions based on emotions. We buy based on what we want, what we desire. And yes, you have to have all of the logical stuff as well. You have to have that logical stuff about how much things cost and how it's made and where it's made and all the rest of it. But ultimately, we buy because we desire something. And usually it's because we are desiring a transformation. So I remember one time I was on a panel with a senior executive from Lush Cosmetics, a really great guy, a really great company. Their ethics really do run all the way through them. And he was talking about how they were all completely gobsmacked because they had this cream. It was like a nighttime cream, and somebody had posted on social media that they put this cream on, they used it on their child, and then their child's sleep improved, and they had this massive run on the products. And I said to him, the reason it doesn't surprise me at all that this went so well, that it worked so well, because you're not selling a cream then, you're selling a better night's sleep. Any of you listening who have issues with sleep or have had disrupted sleep in the past from children, from any other reason, will know that you would pretty much give or do anything to get a good night's sleep. And so it's no surprise at all that that cream started flying out. So have a think about the transformation that you can offer your customer. So there you go. 10-minute tips. Think about the products that you have and think about making them better and more perfect for your ideal customer. And the better the product, the better that fit, then the better your sales will be. And don't be afraid to test. Definitely try testing in the most low risk way possible. Like, big fan of testing and repeating, but talk to your customer, ask them what they don't want. Focus on the transformation. That's it for me for now. If you have a moment to rate and review the podcast, that would be so much appreciated. You can rate and review in iTunes, or you can rate it inside the Spotify app. And go check out resilientretailclub.com/membership and come and join us. 30 days sales boosting challenge for just £19. What's not to love? I'll see you next week. If you've enjoyed this week's episode, then I invite you to check out resilientretailclub.com. The Resilient Retail Club is the membership for anyone wanting to start, grow, or scale a profitable product business. No more trawling Google trying to find the answers to your questions, or wading through general business advice that speaks mainly to service-based businesses. Whether you're still at the idea stage or you've been going for a while but want to get more focused and organised when it comes to your business, the Resilient Retail Club is the place for you. With a library of courses tailored to creative product businesses, several live sessions a month, and a supportive and active community, the Resilient Retail Club is the perfect membership to help you hit your goals faster. Check it out at resilientretailclub.com.